A trust boundary is the line where one level of trust ends and another begins. It might be between a browser and an API, an app and a database, or a vendor network and your cloud environment. SecurityX wants you to see that line before you choose controls. Do not start with product names, start with the data flow. When a request changes network zone, identity context, administrative control, or sensitivity level, you probably crossed a trust boundary. Controls become more important at the boundary because assumptions change. You authenticate subjects, validate inputs, authorize actions, encrypt sensitive traffic, and log decisions where trust changes. In cloud architecture, one system can have several trust boundaries at once. The tenant boundary, the cloud control plane, the workload network, the identity provider, and the data store may all require different decisions. Threat modeling becomes practical when you ask boundary questions. What crosses this line? Who is allowed to call it? What input is accepted? What happens if the caller is hostile or already compromised? A common mistake is treating everything on the inside as trusted. Modern architecture assumes an internal caller can still be compromised. The decision should depend on identity, context, policy, and behavior, not just which side of the firewall the packet came from. A strong design uses layers. Prevent what you can at the boundary, detect suspicious crossing behavior, and plan recovery if a boundary control fails. That is architecture thinking, not just diagram drawing. Scenario: a vendor application connects to your cloud API and queries customer records. The team asks what to secure first. Which answer best shows trust boundary thinking? Best answer B. Map the vendor to cloud trust boundary and apply authentication, authorization, input validation, logging, and data controls at that crossing. A gateway can help, but the architecture decision starts with the boundary and the data flow. For SecurityX, trust boundaries are not just lines on a diagram, they are decision points. Find where trust changes, understand what crosses, and place controls where assumptions become dangerous.